In the 5th and 6th hour of the 9th day of the 12th month of 1444, are between 11:44 a.m. and 1:32 p.m. of Wednesday, the 28th of June, 2023. Everything became weightless. Past the blue and green clouds, the stone lit up and connected to 342 Enochian squares on the Great Tablet, not the 333 sacred to Kronzone, which connected to 342 constellations. Each square had its variants, and the stones of the world were connected to it and divided into that number of types. Each was of a different plant of scent. They were piled into a space before a curved wall and a stone the size of a small room. 9 feet by 9 feet by 9 feet, and much brighter than the other of the 343 stones. The pressure was coming in from every side, and I awoke. Like I was arising out of quicksand, and like I got a couple more hours sleep than I did, and was well rested. Things were considered in 3 groups of 114, with that 343rd stone over it. To respond to the challenging, the agreeable, and the incorruptible beneficence, there was a ritual order to the celestial magic that had only one part, that was the literal verses. The stones seemed more in place, but the others locked. Noticeable internal movement. When I felt it, the mystical white stone was tingly. I am reminded of Al-Quran 53:19-20, as well as 54:17, 22, 32, 40, and 51 in the meaning of my vision. Let us use direction, substance, method, and thought that survives us and our mere way. Yawned. 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 Yawn. 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 What is your experience of my sharing? What is your understanding of my sharing? What is your understanding of your experience? And let us remember that when we see red here, this is comment, and you're free to see your own comment in the comment section. And this is a illustration of the squares. Isn't there 24 options of how to order the squares, but only 3 mentioned in the original material? Because you take the 4. And in between some of these experiences, there are little bits of information that I decide to write down that's not enough to make a whole video of. We see up to 4 options of how to letter any particular square. Now, I don't believe in using one's own made-up or perhaps even experienced changes to the squares. But there's differences in the flow. There's even differences in the meaning. And I have seen in but yeah, so these things are to provoke further practice and stuff, and see something is already on the way, perhaps. And I will share my updated Enochian tablets when I make them. And I don't mean updated that I've dreamed new letters to put on them, or that I'm using an order that's not traditional, but I'm going to try to combine all the Enochian manuscripts, or, well, it's angelic. It's not really called Enochian. It's celestial speech. It's Adamical. That's what it's originally called, but Enochian is an easier reference for us to get.